Hey everybody, my name's the Doug, and it's come to my attention that we might have some new listeners to the weekly gospel videos here at Creedcast, and so I just wanted to say hello and welcome, especially to the grade A class at Louis. Welcome guys, glad you're on board, hope you find these interesting, and I want to give a shout out to my longtime friends. There's so many of you guys, but today let's say hi to Miss Dugan's class in grade 9 over at RSF. Grade 9s, you guys are fantastic. Thanks for your great questions. If you're new to the pod and you want to ask some questions, just fire them to me in the comments and I will pick those up. Love to jump in and get to know what you guys are wondering, and if I can be of any help, I certainly will try. Welcome aboard. Let's get to this week's video. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Good to see you guys. We are in our second Sunday of Ordinary Time. And last week we heard about the baptism of Jesus. This week we hear about another beginning, which is the beginning of his public ministry, where he does his first miracle, right? Does it in public for everybody to see. And so this is a reading from the Gospel according to John. Here we go. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee. And the mother of Jesus was there, right? Mary, the mother of Jesus, was there. And Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no more wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and to me? My time has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now, standing there were 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification, each of them holding 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim, and he said to them, "Now draw some out, take it to the chief steward." So they took it. And when the steward tasted the water that had become wine, and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the steward called the bridegroom, and he said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, first of his signs, in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. The gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. There's so much to unpack in this. This is a huge, huge miracle. Okay, there's so much significance just in terms of Jewish culture and tradition, the religious rituals, the person of Jesus, the miracles that the disciples witnessed to build their faith, the relationship between Jesus and his mom, like so many things. Okay, I got to keep it down to just one thing that stood out to me today, right? And it's this line here. Okay, so they realize the wine had given out. Mary comes to Jesus and says, "They have no more wine." This was a big deal, okay? The party was still in full swing, and they ran out of wine, okay? So Mary was concerned for her friends. This was a big celebration. It was an important time to her. And so she went to Jesus and said, "They don't have any more wine." And Jesus says, "Woman, what concern is that to you and to me? My hour has not yet come." Now, that word, woman, okay? I don't know if you've heard this story before, and if you have, how it was read. I've heard it read like, "Woman, why do you concern yourself with this?" Right? This kind of pretentious, sort of arrogant kind of tone to it, like a little bit standoffish, like Jesus calling his mom woman. Like, can you imagine if you said to your mom tonight, like, "Woman, why are you asking me to do the dishes?" Right? Or if I asked Miss Judy, my wife, if I said, "Woman, could you fix me some nachos?" That's it. This would be the last video I ever do, okay? Okay, but when we're hearing this, we got to understand we can't listen to it with our modern ears. Okay, that word, woman, is, it's not mom, right? So Jesus is distancing himself a little bit from mom, kind of mom-son relationship, but he's giving her a very important station as a woman, okay? And there's a few other places where that word is used to reference other women. In fact, at the very end of the Gospel of John, Jesus calls Mary woman again as he's dying on the cross. He says to John, John, here is your mother. Mother, here is your son. Woman, this is the man that's going to take care of you now that I'm gone. Okay, it was a very loving term. I don't know, the equivalent might be like, maybe ma'am, but that's a little formal. Maybe like milady, like a station of royalty of sorts, you know. Okay, but he was saying she has some dignity and he's here to listen. Okay. And he refers to her as another like character in this big drama that's unfolding. He's like, there's this big moment coming. It wasn't quite what I was planning right now, but you know what? You've got a point. Like, I hear you and I think, yeah, let's do it. And then she says, do whatever he tells you. And then he goes on and he turns this water into wine, 20 or 30 gallons. You know, a big milk jug like this that you have in your fridge? That's a gallon. Okay, 30 of those. He's so generous. Okay. When you hear Jesus, when you see him working, you're watching love at work. This is love in action. This is Jesus. Okay. So his words are not harsh, they're not condescending. They're love in action. All right. There's so much more, but that's good for now. Okay. I hope this gives you an insight into who Jesus was and what kind of a guy he was. Right. Love in action. Right. Love you guys. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.